everyone, hello, welcome back to my channel. My name remains Rosalind Adams and I'm so glad to have you all here. Okay, today without wasting time, I'm going to be sharing my Ielts examination journey. Wow. Okay, so I wrote the Ielts general examination and I aced it at my first go. Wow. So today I'm going to be sharing how I prepared for the exams and all I did differently. I know to so many, the IELTS examination might look like a very difficult exam, but trust me, if I could do it, you can too. So I'll be running you through the preparation process and the sites, the free sites I visited, because I practiced on my own, I self-reviewed. So the free sites I visited to help me in the journey. Let's go straight into it. Welcome back. A quick shout out to my followers, my subscribers. You guys are the best. And if you're on this channel, even if you're just coming across this video and you are yet to subscribe to my channel, you are wrong. Click on the subscribe button. Thank you. Okay, so the IELTS examination or test is the International English Language Testing System, meant to evaluate non-native English speakers who are looking at traveling to an English speaking country, probably for work, immigration purposes, or study. Okay, so this is dependent on the country's requirements, the country's immigration requirements. Okay, so the examination is evaluated based on 4 competencies, which is writing, reading, speaking, and then listening. So I will be looking at the things I did differently to be able to achieve my goal. Okay, so the test is graded on a band level of 0 to 9, representing your level of proficiency, your competency in the language. For me, I wrote the computer-based version of the test, and for some reasons, for my own personal reasons, I feel the computer-based is void of distraction to an extent, because I get to answer and assess my questions on the screen right before me. I don't have to think of other persons. Okay, just focus on my exam. So that focus alone, I get to have it using the computer-based test version of the test. And aside that, I could track my time as I'm writing, as I'm doing all other things. I could see, okay, what time do I have left? What time have I used? And what do I have left? In fact, I could track my time. And lastly, access to my own personal earphone that I could listen, is void of noise, unlike the general one that will be placed when you're writing the paper-based version of the examination. I could have my own personal earphone to listen directly and then to answer my question on the screen. So those are the reasons for me. So, and this takes me to what were the things I got to prepare for the exam. Nothing much, nothing serious. The first thing was my laptop, because I needed to practice on my speed, especially for the writing. It has to do with typing. So I got my personal laptop, kept practicing different questions, writing questions, and then timing myself to see, okay, how fast can I type, how fast did I answer this particular question. So I got my laptop for that, and also it was still that same laptop I used to access those websites, those sites I used in practicing. And then thirdly, I got a lot of notebooks. I was jotting, I was writing, attempting questions, several questions, writing them, answering. If I didn't get the required score, I'll take it again till I get what I want. And of course, my pen. So those were just the 3 things I used. And finally, that takes me to the websites I used in preparing. What were the websites? Okay, the sites I visited, most of them, in fact, virtually 95% of the websites I used in practicing were on YouTube. Yes, you heard me right, YouTube. And the first one on the list is the E2IX. Oh, trust me, that site is loaded. Okay, I watched a lot of their videos, their live tutorials. Sometimes they do some live tutorials and then I joined. Sometimes the recorded ones, those live tutorials that I miss, I make sure to watch them. So I dwell so much on the E2IX. Like, that site has most of the things, like most of the details you need to ace your IELTS. So I recommend E2IELTS. The second one is the IELTS listening test, if I get it right. Yes, the site's name is the IELTS listening site. Oh, as at the time I wrote, it was more like I was sleeping on that channel, on that page, because I got a book and I was attempting almost all their questions as they are posting. Anyone I've missed, I'll take it again, write out, got a notebook, because at the end of each question, each past question they post, each listening question they post, they always give the answers, and then I'll check, attempt the questions, answer them, cross check my answers if they are correct. If it's not correct, I'll take it again, making sure I get the required score on that particular test. So the IELTS listening test page is another page I recommend. Trust me, you will enjoy it, like you will love it. Then the third one is IELTS Body. Yes, that site is also loaded. I recommend it. The fourth one is IELTS English Academy on YouTube here. All these sites are mentioned in there on YouTube. Then there's Prep Class IELTS Speaking Test. Prep Class IELTS Speaking Test. There's IELTS Liz. Oh, wonderful lady. Another loaded page. IELTS Liz. And finally, I have IELTS Advantage. IELTS Advantage. Like, if you go through all of this page, attempt most of the questions on those page, and you also practice on your own. Trust me, when you are ready for something, deep inside of you, you will know, you will be sure that you are ready. And those were the things I did. I practiced and practiced, dedicated at least 2 hours. Sometimes I find myself, dozing off because I spent over 3 hours on the laptop, sometimes even through the midnight. And those were the things I was doing. I was literally burning the midnight candle, and it paid off at the end. And that takes me to, aside your physical preparation and all of that, the mental preparation. Go with your confidence. You'll be needing it a lot, especially for the speaking. You don't want to give the examiner the notion that you are afraid, you're timid, or you don't know what you're about to say. Be bold, approach those questions, take them with confidence, and be open-minded. Take your exams, be focused. That's the reason why you're there. And trust me, with your positivity, you get your required result. I hope I'm able to help someone with this video. Those were essentially all I did, and trust me, if you follow these steps, you won't regret it. I'm waiting for your feedback and your testimonies. Okay, so that brings me to the end of the session, the video for today. Okay, in my next video, I will be posting about how I passed, how I aced my French test. That's the TCF examination. For those who have been asking, I'll be posting tips and all I did to prepare me for the examination, so watch out for it. Okay, please, if you have watched to this point, you are the real don. Kindly click on the subscribe button, like, share with as many who will be needing this. I will be seeing you in my next video. Au revoir, bye.